Let's bring in the panel right now. Joining me, pop culture expert Jawn Murray and The Hill contributor Rochelle Ritchie. Jawn, let's start with you. You hear the latest developments in this case, and you, pardon me there, and you know how popular Jussie Smollett is and this particular show. It almost seems as this is not the sort of news that he would like to get out there at this point.
Absolutely, Candace. I mean, this story has had more twists and turns than an actual episode of Empire. And I've been saying it all day long. I'm ready for the season finale and one without a cliffhanger because there are answers and people are concerned. You know, I was one of the many people in the entertainment industry that offered a post on social media of support of Jussie when the original announcement came out. And if for some reason this story is not true and his account of the story turns out not to be true, this could be really detrimental for people advocating for social justice, for civil rights, for LGBT rights, and even for stars and Hollywood personalities who are politically active. I mean, this could be a setback for all of them, in addition to an embarrassment to his own family and his cast at Empire.
And Rochelle, on that key right there, you kind of honed into that in a tweet that you posted. It says here, if this turns out to be true, then Jussie you will have done a disservice to all who have or will be victims of hate crimes. If true, your actions are a slap in the face to all who fought for equal protection and justice under the law. We do not need liars in the movement.
Absolutely.
If this is true, and it is a hoax, and it's a big if, because who
is it a big if? Is it a big if, though? I'm not sure that it really is a big if. I mean, if you look at the evidence that the police found inside of the two men's apartment, the bleach, I guess maybe they had a receipt from a noose or something that they bought from a department store. And so I believed him at first, and now I don't. And I agree with Jawn that this does a complete disservice to people who have or will be victims of crime. And it also gives credence to MAGA supporters who continuously tell Black Americans that racism does not exist, discrimination is not real, police brutality is not an issue in the Black community. So when you come out and you have this sort of fictitious story, you have done a disservice to Black Lives Matter, to the civil rights, and to the LGBT community. And the other question I have now is, who sent these letters? Did he use the letters as his basis to make up this attack, or did he send them himself?
Yeah, Jawn, but in the meantime, Jawn, you saw him there on Good Morning America just a couple of days ago with my friend Robin, tearfully talking about this attack. Knowing what we might know right now and reflecting on that interview just a few days ago, you think what?
I think if that interview wasn't real, Candace, then Jussie Smollett deserves an Emmy Award for Best Performance by an Actor in a TV Interview, because that interview was engaging, it was compelling, it was quite believable. And here's the thing, Jussie comes from a family of activism. He comes from a family, he's related to like Angela Davis. Civil rights, social justice, all of that is in his DNA. I don't understand how a gentleman who is on a hit primetime show, who has a top 10 song at R&B radio right now, what he would need to make up a story like this, what it would do, what the benefits are to it. I will say this. I was definitely concerned about people not offering a reward, like the cast of Empire, Fox not coming together and offering a reward to try to get more information. He's standing by his story, but I'll say this. In the court of public opinion, things aren't looking good for Jussie, and it might be time to maybe take some form of a polygraph test just to substantiate his claims, because I'm telling you, the tide seems to be turning on him.
There were many, many people who were supportive of him after all of this happened. Kamala Harris was one of the first to tweet her support for him, saying, Jussie is one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know. I'm praying for his quick recovery. This was an attempted modern-day lynching. Those are not words that are used lightly there. And so 2 weeks later, to hear what we're hearing right now, I feel as if in the Black community, in the gay community, in any community, this becomes a personal thing.
It is personal. And here's the thing. It is believable to think that MAGA supporters would actually go out here and attack an African-American and scream MAGA country. Like, it's believable.
And so I think that's why,
so I think that's why a lot of people jumped behind him. If you look at the stats there, they jumped behind him because it is believable for this to happen. But for it to potentially turn out to be a lie, by, it's just really unfortunate. And this is going, and literally you're going to have people that are going to take this one story and they're going to discredit everyone else that eventually becomes, unfortunately, a victim of a hate crime or discrimination or racism in this country.
And this would definitely be the Hollywood hybrid of Tawana Brawley meets Milli Vanilli. It would be that detrimental to the whole impact.
Now you're dating yourself. With that.
Blame it on the rain, kids. Blame it on the rain.
Tawana Brawley, of course, that incident that took place in New York City some years ago, where she was allegedly attacked and lied about it. And of course, Milli Vanilli, who won the Grammys and really deserved it for some great dance moves. But that's a whole nother matter. We should point out that Jussie right now is saying that he feels as if he's twice over a victim and says this is not a hoax. It really did happen. That said, John, if it is a hoax, where does his career go from here?
And just to emphasize what you just pointed out, Kidis, these reports are all coming from unnamed sources in the Chicago PD. And there is a very unhealthy relationship with African Americans in Chicago and the Chicago PD. But if this does turn out to be true, if this is some form of orchestrated hoax, I don't know where he goes from here. I mean, maybe back to civilian life, because his career as an entertainer, as a high-profile Hollywood star, it would be over. I mean, Empire was planning to kill him off in the current season, but they would probably have to kill him off in a MAGA rally in an upcoming season for sure.
I just don't understand why. I just really don't understand why. And
that's the million-dollar question.
Right,
I'm with you on that one.
And I know the spokesperson, Anthony Guglielmi, for the Chicago Police Department. He was the spokesperson for the Baltimore Police Department when I was a reporter there. And so I trust him. And I believe that what they're saying is absolutely true. But
they have not said that on the record, to be honest. They have not said anything on the record.
They've kind of sort of confirmed it a little bit. They haven't said exactly. All they said
was they wanted him back in for more questioning. They have not substantiated these reports that are out there.
This was all some of the police investigation, so we'll see how it all plays out. But there are a whole lot of people who are speaking out loud, and they weren't with other police abuse cases there in Chicago. All right, our thanks to John Murray and Rochelle Ritchie. Thank you.
Anytime.